So what is array in Java? Array ideally what? Array, the definition is collection of similar data types. So if we have a data types which are similar, right? So we can define that as an array. But how this array occurs, what is the requirement of array, why this array initiated? So for that purpose, let me create a program to add five numbers. For example, we want to add five numbers. So what should be the program? The program will be, I'll just go to right click, new, and then class. So let me create a package, array test. Then, first of all, we want to add some numbers. So let me just go with the main integer a, comma b, comma c, comma d, comma e, comma f. So we need to declare six number. First is to use store the result or anything. Now we'll go with the user input system dot in. Okay, and then we'll prompt a message says out. Enter your numbers. So let me enter the numbers. And after that, we'll just go with the user input. So what I'll do, I'll just go a equals to scanner dot next. So let me copy this section. B equals to this, C equals to this, A equals to this, E equals to this, and then F equals to A plus B plus C plus D plus E. So we got there some as out. Addition equals to plus left. Let me do this. Okay, so it is asking to enter your numbers 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. So addition is 165. So there we'll have a similar type of data. So we need to input them multiple times. Okay. And then we need to add them. So addition is something different. But we are inputting them for 5 times, 10 times, whatever we require. Now, if user said you need to add 50 number, so task is huge. If you need to add 500 number, then task is getting increased. So line of code ideally got increased to LOC. Now what we do, we can go with the array. So how array declares in Java? Array will be declared in that way. Integer a equals to new integer. It means we are going to allocate memory to 5 new elements. So this is the syntax to create array in Java. Now, if, see, this will be an array. We can type this as ARR so that user can understand. Now, instead of writing this, let me put this in comment. And I'll declare integer ARR equals to new integer size is 1 second, size is 5, semicolon. Now, this is our array which is declared. Array has some rules that input should be in for. In the same way, we must have output of array. Remember, if output of array should be in for, that is a suggestion that it should be in for. Right now, next. And if we have any operation, so that operation should be in for. So these operations should be done in for loop, for array. Why we are going with a for loop? Otherwise, we need to write multiple lines. So there integer I equals to 0, semicolon, I should be less than 5, semicolon, I plus plus. And then we can perform the input. So array of I is the index equals to scanner dot next in. Now that can input 5 element, 50 element if we want to go with 50. So that can input 50 element. So instead of writing that 50 times, this one line can input all the elements. Looks good. After that, we can perform like we can print that array. So what is the syntax to print? Again, we require the same for loop, and then we can print sys out a of I, or sorry, array of I. And there I just prompt a message sys out output controllers. Let me run this now. If we are going to input the number, console is there. Yeah. So we don't have any prompt. That's why it is not displaying once again. This line should be on the top. Perfect. Now enter number. We got this as a number. So this is an array. So why we are using for loop? For example, if you don't want to go with a for loop, then what happened? We need to write them manually. Array of this equals to scanner dot next, once again, scanner dot next int, right? And we need to write this line 5 times. This should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. We got the same. So that's why we are using for loop. That is not suggestible. So we people are using for loop for array. Now see some point which we need to understand, that why we are going with 0 to 4. See, array ideally have an index. So that we declare this as a 5. So it means index starts from 0. Index is started that way. That is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. We cannot, we don't have anything at 5th position. Okay, if we want to insert element at 6th position, then just say what happened. Now we are going to input 6 element. See, index out of bound, because we had defined 5 elements we can input, and there we are going with this 6. But if you want to print the 6th element, then just see we had not increased the input range. 55. Now we just see. We got the output. We got everything. Okay, but again, index out of bound. So in that case, yes, you can increase the range. Then it will print the 6th element as 0, whatever be the data type which you are using. See, the last element is printed as a 0. So whatever size you are going to declare, go with the same input and the same output. This is the about the description of that basic of array, like what array does, how we can declare the array, how array works in Java.